Good morning, Blue Lulus. How you doing? You know, in this world of dis and misinformation, it can be really challenging to know whether or not the Joker administration is going to carry out some of their most ridiculous plans, but it turns out they were serious about the fatties. And that's because there was an image that was circulating around regarding the Texas National Guard that's been deployed to the state of Illinois. And a bunch of them were just piling out of the back of this gigantic truck, and they were looking all the portly. And Vin Diesel said, absolutely not, I'm not having that. And he reportedly dismissed 10% of them. About 20 members of the National Guard were sent home because of their appearance themselves. Can you imagine being one of those guys that was actually excited to go to Chicago and be like, pour me an iced tea for the road, baby, I'm going to war, kiss me goodbye, just to get there and be like, actually, sir, you gotta go back home because you can't be up here standing around doing nothing looking like that. And you have to come back like hanging your head in shame, searching for Ozempic on the internet. Like, it's not funny, but it's kind of funny. If you really are one of those people who are not excited about going, like, that has to be the best feeling ever. Like, if you sign your life away and you don't want to have to worry about, like, taking your neighbors under siege, well, just go hit up that good old Golden Corral, baby. Now is your time to shine. That's your way out. Because Vin Diesel wants his insurrectionists hot, okay? And nothing else will do. Speaking of aesthetics, what are we wearing to the No King Crab's Day festival this weekend? Because apparently it is going to be one of the most gigantic music festivals that have ever music festival, and it has got the Joker administration shaking in their boots. A lot of the talking heads went on TV yesterday saying that all of this is terrible, but it's also Antifa, but these people are being paid, but we don't know who's paying them, but it's definitely Antifa. We actually caught the girlfriend of Antifa. Yeah, I have her in custody and we're gonna keep her there until she talks. You know, like, it's not a thing. There is no nebulous group called Antifa. Like, it's an urban myth at this point. It doesn't exist. But they have to get ahead of it because they know that our streets are going to be absolutely flooded. It's going to be undeniable that the people of this nation have had enough with all of this nonsense, with all of this chaos, horror, and violence that have been brought about on our people by this disgusting administration, and I am here for it. So what are we wearing? Because, you know, it is 2 weeks before Halloween. This could be the best costume contest of all time, and it will make all of those ridiculous dudes wearing jeggings and Amazon vests look even more ridiculous than they already do. So let's square up, make some noise, and get together. I cannot wait! It doesn't seem like we're any closer to ending this government shutdown, but the dog catcher decided that she was going to film a commercial that was to be shown at every single airport in the country, blaming the Team Blues for this shutdown. And a lot of these airports are refusing to show it. They're like, no, I thought you had plenary authority. If you do, then you could just pay people and not be such a jerk about it. Thank you for that. These small acts of resistance really do make a difference. Meanwhile, little Mikey with a big secret canceled another meeting yet again with the Team Blues because he said that he does not want to negotiate with them. So it's getting harder and harder for them to pretend to blame this on us. But that has not stopped them from using this as an opportunity to get rid of people that they would have to use congressional oversight to do in the first place. The entire special education department in the Department of Education has basically been eroded. And this affects every single child who has any sort of an IEP in any school. And even if your child doesn't, that can impact your kids' learning as well, because these kids who need extra help won't be getting it, and that can make them to be more disruptive in the classrooms of your child, and that can be a big deal for everybody. You know, first they came for them and all that. Also, the Joker got 2 of these little pricks at his doctor's appointment on Friday, and he felt the need to just tell everybody about it because they released the report from his doctor's appointment on Friday, and it said that he got both the Rona and the floosh. I don't know how you people over there can take it. Like, he has been telling you for the last 10 years that it's the worst thing that you can possibly do, that you are ruining your children's lives, and that the worst thing you can do is to save yourself from disease. And then he goes and gets them. He's like, yeah, I mean, I want people to be scared, but I don't want to die. I really don't understand. There really are a lot of people over there that are continuing to wake up. The top of the country music charts are liberal create. The song that Zach Bryan released about ICE is up there at the top of the chart, as well as one of the TikTok creators on here who has a song that's called The Older I Get, and it talks about just the state of our country. Yeah, those are the top of the country music charts. That means people who typically listen to that kind of music are tuning into these messages. They're big talking heads, the most influential people in those spaces have turned tail, and they're out for the truth as well, even though it makes us uncomfortable. So my message to you again is a gentle reminder to extend some grace when you have the opportunity to do so. Deconstruction takes time. It's a challenging process, and it doesn't feel very good. That feeling that you get when you agree with Marjorie Taylor Greene, yeah, they get that too when they agree with us, and it's uncomfortable. So we have to recognize that we are all humans. We all are spinning on this globe together, and we have to have a little bit more softness towards each other if we're ever going to get out of this, yeah? So stand up, link arms, and aim your vitriol squarely where it belongs, towards the Casablanca, okay? We are ants versus grasshoppers, always has been, always will be, and I hope that you guys take care of yourselves today. I hope you drink some coffee, I hope you eat a yummy snack, and as always, keep your eyes up, keep your feet on the ground. See you next time. Ta-ta!